Greetings from the English Literature YouTube channel. It is a one-stop destination to soothe all your literary curiosities.
In this video, we will read the poem Indian Dancers, written by Sarojini Naidu. So before we dive into the poem, let's take a moment to explore the life of the poet. Sarojini Naidu, a prominent figure in India's struggle for independence and one of the most celebrated poets of the 20th century, was born on 13th February 1879 into a Bengali family of Hyderabad. Her father, Aghornath Chattopadhyay, was a social reformer and an Indian educationist. Her mother, Varada Sundari Devi, was a Bengali poetess. Naidu was a brilliant student. She passed her matriculation from Madras University with distinction and received scholarship from the Nizam of Hyderabad. At the age of 16, she moved to England and first attended King's College of London and later Girton College and Cambridge. As a poet, Sarojini Naidu made a great impact with her collection The Golden Threshold, which made her reputed in England and India. Her poems feature daily scenes of Indian life, often taken from the streets and markets. Her oratory skills and poems were so captivating and melodious that she was given the title Nightingale of India, Bharat Kokila, and Bulbul-e-Hind by Mahatma Gandhi. As love knows no boundaries. In the year 1898, Naidu fell in love with Dr. M. Govindarajalu Naidu, a widower 9 years her senior. Despite being from another caste, their union received blessings by both their families, which was a rare occurrence for that era. Naidu's life was marked by a deep commitment to the social and political causes. She played a significant role in India's freedom movement, working closely with Mahatma Gandhi and other leaders. She was the first woman to become the president of the Indian National Congress, and later, when India got its independence in the year 1947, she became the first woman governor of the United Provinces, present-day Uttar Pradesh. She actively supports initiatives for social welfare and the women empowerment. Her birthday, 13th February, is celebrated as Women's Day to remember the strong voices of women in the history of India. A documentary film titled Sarojini Naidu is directed by Bhagwan Das Garga and produced by the Films Division of the Government of India, offering an insightful look into her remarkable life. Naidu passed away on 2nd March 1949 due to cardiac arrest at the Government House in Lucknow. Her last rites were performed at the Gomti River. Although she departed from our physical world, but her spirit will continue to inspire us for generations to come. Line-wise explanation of the poem.
Eyes ravished with rapture, celestially panting. What passionate bosoms are flaming with fire!
In the first line, poet describes intense emotion in the eyes of Indian dancers. The dancers are deeply moved, almost as if they are experiencing something divine. They are overwhelming with joy and feeling almost breathless with excitement. Their hearts are blazing with intense desire or passion, as if they are burning with flames of ardor.
Drink deep of the hush of the hyacinth heavens that glimmer around them in fountains of light.
Through this line, poet portrays the passionate dancers immersed in tranquility and the beauty of celestial or heavenly atmosphere due to the divine power of the hyacinth juice, a heavenly plant. The atmosphere around them is described as shimmering with streams or fountains of light, adding to the ethereal and magical ambience. so wild and entrancing the strain of keen music that cleaveth the stars like a veil of desire. The music surrounding them is described as both wild and captivating, possessing a sharp intensity that captivates the senses. The music is so powerful that it seems to cut through the stars themselves, echoing with a lament or expression of longing. Here, the stars in the sky are compared with the audience in the bursting crowd, who are compelled to relish the performance and unable to resist their desires. And beautiful dancers with houri-like faces bewitch the voluptuous watchers of night. Here, poet compares the dancers' faces with the houri. Houri is a beautiful young mythical woman associated with paradise in Islamic tradition. This compare suggests that the Indian dancers possess almost heavenly charm and spellbound the audience with their beauty and performance. These dancers captivate the senses during the sensuous and pleasurable hours of night. The scents of the red roses and sandalwood flutter and die in the maze of their gem-tangled hair. In this line, the poet describes the dancer's hair, which is adorned with fragrance of rose and sandalwood. These scents are fleeting as if they come and go quickly, getting lost or tangled in the intricacies of dancers' adorned hair. And smiles are entwining like magical serpents, the poppies of lips that are opiate sweet. The smiles of the dancers are compared to magical serpents, suggesting a seductive and enchanting quality. Their lips are compared to the opiate sweet poppies, indicating a narcotic or intoxicating allure. Their glittering garments of purple are burning like tremulous straws in the quivering air. Here, poet talks about the dancers' dresses that are shimmering. Their purple garments seem to be ablaze, resemble the trembling and delicate beauty of dawn in quivering air. Poet mentions the color purple to show royalty, ambition, and independence. And exquisite, subtle, and slow are the tinkle and tread of their rhythmical slumber soft feet. The sounds and movements of the dancers are described as delicate, subtle, and graceful. Their feet move rhythmically and softly, like they are dancing in a dreamlike state. Now silent, now singing, and swaying and swinging, like blossoms that bend to the breezes or showers. Here the dancers' movements are described, sometimes staying quiet and still, and other times singing and swaying energetically. They are dancing like flowers bending in rain or wind, moving gracefully and naturally. Now wantonly winding they flush, now they falter, and lingering languish in radiant shower. The dancers' movements are both deliberate and flirtatious. Sometimes they are bold and dazzling, and at other times hesitant or uncertain. They linger and languish in their movements, creating a radiant and harmonious spectacle. Their jewel-girt arms and warm, wavering, lily-long fingers enchant through melodious hours. Through this line, poet wants to describe the dancer's arms, adorned with shiny gemstones, which are described as warm and graceful, resembling the long stems of lilies. Their fingers enchant and captivate others through the melodious passage of time. Eyes ravished with rapture, celestially panting, what passionate bosoms are flaming with fire. The poem ends by talking about the dancer's eyes, saying that they are filled with emotions, happiness, and a longing for something divine, and reminds us of the strong feelings, intense passion, and desire burning within their hearts. So, we have covered the line wise explanation of the poem. Let's move towards the analysis part. The poem consists of 3 stanzas having 4 lines in each. Rhyming scheme of the poem is AB, AB, CB, CB, DA, DA. The lines of the poem are inordinately long and each line naturally breaks into 2 units of 4 feet. So each line of this poem is exactly like a couplet. Now it's time to discuss the major themes of the poem. So this poem is based on the themes of sensuality and beauty, passion and desire, music and dance, nature and transcendence, fantasy and enchantment, empowerment and freedom of expression. Let's discuss the literary devices used in the poem. So the major literary devices are imagery, eyes ravels with rapture, gem-tangled hair and glittering garments of purple. These images create a visual and sensory experience for the reader. Alliteration, the repetition of consonant sounds in the close proximity such as silent, singing, swaying, swinging, tinkle and tread. And eyes ravels with rapture, adds rhythm and musicality to the poem. Personification. The poem personifies abstract concepts such as music, cleaveth the stars like a veil of desire, giving them human-like qualities. Metaphor. The poem contains metaphorical language such as comparing dancers' faces to houris and their movements to bending blossoms. Summary of the poem. The poem Indian Dancers celebrates the beauty and grace of Indian dance forms, hinting at the seductive and alluring nature of the dancers. The dancers are portrayed as celestial beings who embody the essence of divinity and grace. Detailed description and vivid language of the poem make the readers feel like they are experiencing the enchanting dance. The poem shows the time it was written in, the early 20th century, when people were fascinated by exotic cultures. Naidu's portrayal of Indian dancers fits with this fascination, showing them as mysterious and attractive. The poem leaves the reader with a sense of appreciation for the beauty and cultural significance of Indian dance forms. The poem also challenges stereotypes. It shows the dancers as strong and confident performers, not just objects of desire. Their movements are described as powerful and skilled, showing their importance in their culture. Now let's see the questions asked in the previous year examination. Don't forget to show your support by liking, subscribing and sharing it with your friends. Thank you for being a part of this community, the English literature. Until the next time, happy reading, learning and growing.